Okay. All right, so we have a close-up of the dam. I'm gonna make it big. I'll make it small here in a little bit, but what I wanted to show was when we were talking about the flop over and go back like this. That trash rack intake, who was it that we gave? Savri. You can find him on YouTube, but I took that picture from him. And there are a few others that I've taken, and I'm pretty sure I left the the credit there for the author. And this one, for some reason, there we go. It doesn't matter if it blocks my face, but what I ultimately want to show is this up here. That trash intake. That's what he called it. Then we have that. That flop over, it kind of falls over here, and the trash intake comes in from this side. Here comes the trash intake. It's marine life that is coming in here, and if that gated rail wasn't there before, like what you would call a chicken coop fence, then animal life would get in there. Now, these things have an incredible way of actually shooting off quite a bit of energy with current flow. And it's funny how it's called current flow. Nikola Tesla, give credit to Nikola Tesla for inventing something like the coil. And this is definitely from that Nikola Tesla coil. And we'll talk about profit here, because for a person that needs to make profit, they can just make it. Correct? Right? Correct? Because if you want to make profit, then just make it and say, hey guys, I made profit. Here it is. And then that person becomes very popular. Because JB Morgan was probably after popularity, since he's like, did we get enough from Nikola Tesla? Because we have him in this hotel and he's doing a lot of inventions and he's quite popular because of all the stuff he's coming out with. So are we okay with getting rid of him from this woman that likes him so much? Which are probably stories you can find out. It's weird whenever that happens and little Bing moments come up about somebody who invents something like that can make a magnificent invention, because you could not just have one of these, but imagine having like a star point, like 5 of them at least, like I was explaining, in a way to where you don't get that giant hose effect from those dams, because if they're having that much power from these things spinning, because nothing is spinning those, they're being spun by the water coming in from the trash rack intake into the Nikola Tesla style turbine, how he labeled it, generator. Turbine combined to connected to the generator. So that can be like your watchtower up here, measuring how much PSI is spinning on this one, and then ultimately on all 5, because instead of this one going straight out, like I said, instead of making that rainbow effect from the water, it can connect to another one and spin that one as well. And then if you run out of spinning action, you can just say, hey, we need to figure out a way to maybe stop at like 2 or 3 around there, however many you need to stop, because then you may not have enough energy to get the water out. Maybe there's a different way to get the water out, maybe a drain that goes out. It doesn't necessarily splash it all out like that. And if you still want to use this old to ancient technology from our old ancient history before, this is like before, because then yeah, just use this trash intake. I want to call it a filter, a giant filter, because if you want to make this railing here, like the gate that comes in, you want to be able to make inside. If you're cutting into the mountain to make a dam or to revise a new one, you want to be able to cut into it so that you can make this door, and enough so that you can have the railing in there, and then enough so that you can make the railing inside there, so that you're not saying, oh shoot, where are we going to put the workers or whatever people that need to make that fence so they can slide it into the ocean. If you still want to go with the ancient history before you go into solar, because solar is the next best thing, and we'll get into that later. Lighter. What's in our brains? Light. How can we harvest it easier? The sun. What if we connect it to the generators that are down here? Damn! That was an ugly tooth. Yeah, we all need dentist work at one point. But isn't that great how we can come together and say, dude, why don't we just combine old history before we move into solar, or just put both together? Just combine them together, man. It'll be better that way. You don't have to worry about how do we make popularity. Zing! Damn. We kill people for no reason. When we find these things out, and then you're like, guys, let's not killing each other. You can easily make this, and then combine it with solar, and then keep the other ones running, and then, whoa, did you just make an arc reactor? Just by talking about it. Damn! Still with that tooth. But you made an arc reactor real, man, with the water, with the sun, with the coil, with the top tower, the people watching it, measuring it with their computer programs. Damn, man, just by talking about it. Light in my head. How does that happen? We're trying not to kill each other, man. And we're also not trying to kill animals in the ocean. Let's be nice to each other. And anything else that carries light inside of a brain. Thank you, light inside of my brain, and I think the light inside of your brain as well. Over and out.